God, and something in his ziyarat is very close to him. That is why when we say the ziyarat, immediately the prayers are answered and the afflictions are removed. Now, first and foremost, let me tell you what is the origin of this ziyarat. Do you know from where is this ziyarat come? Has this ziyarat been written by some, great learners, or the marije, or has it been written by any of the imams? From where has it come? What is the source of this ziyarat? So you will be surprised to know that the origin of the ziyarat is from Allah. It is like a wahi, it is like a revelation. And like Duai Noor, which is also one of the revelations of Bibi Sayyada. It was revealed to her, the Surah Noor, and she passed on to all the people around her, the Mu'mineen, so that they could benefit from it. So, in the same way, this is also a special wahi. It has got its allusions in the Quran. Directly, if you'll ask where is Ziyarat-e-Ashura in the Quran, nobody can place it. But allusions are a lot. I will give you a few today. But you have to understand that this is one part of the Quran. It is not separate from it. And not only is it a part of the Quran, it is a part of the namaz, of the salat. It is the part of your usul. You know what the usul are? Usul are the 5 branches of religion. Any one of them you do not believe in, you are not a believer. So it is that strong. And if you adhere to this, ziyarat, you get everything all together. Like, there are shortcuts for so many things in this world. Even some of the namazes we have in particular days, that if you keep a roza for this particular day, you are going to get a sawab of 1,000 rozas. So Allah has multiplied anything that is connected with Janabi Sayyada as 1,000 months, equivalent to 1,000 months. That's what he says. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ خَيْرٌ مِّنْ أَلْفِ الشَّهْرِ. That the Laylatul Qadr is better than 1,000 months. That single night is better than 1,000 months. Why? Because Laylatul Qadr is connected with Bibi Sayyada. And that is what Imam Jafar Sadiq al-Islam says. And of course, the roza of the 27th of Rajab, which we celebrate as Eid-e-Miraj. That is also, that roza is equivalent to, again, 1,000 rozas. Why? That is also alpha. Alpha means, actually 1,000. Why? For the reason is that he is her father who went to Miraj. Is the father of Janabi Sayyada. And secondly, it is also because she was gifted to him on that particular day. So whatever is her connection, it multiplies itself and goes into infinity. And you cannot count its sawab and you cannot enumerate it. Uska number aap log nahi la sakte, ya koi bhi amal aap kare. Even जनाब सैयदा की तस्बीह का कोई सवाब की there is no हद, उसकी कोई हद नहीं है. वो आपकी नमाज की कबूलियत है. If you want your namaz to be qabul, then you have to pray the tasbih of Bibi Fatima Zahra. So you can imagine कि जो भी उनके साथ connected चीज होती है, वो इतनी multiply हो जाती है हर चीज में, जिसे हम कहते हैं बरकत. Her name was Mubaraka. Barakat means something that never ends. So now what the origin is, I said that it has come from Allah. Now, when did it come from Allah? It is described in the same way as Silsilate Zahabiya. You all know the golden chain of narration of La ilaha illallah, which Imam Raza had explained when he was traveling. And he had started from himself, and then he went to his father and his father and his father and his father, and right up to God. And he explained that what La ilaha illallah is come from where And what is the purpose? The purpose there was, it is a protection. It is a protection of your faith. It is a protection for yourself against hell. That is what is La ilaha illallah. Here it is explained about what is the origin of Ziyarate Ashura is that Allah sent Ziyarate Ashura. Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam says that when Rasul Khuda had heard about the tragedy that is going to take place in Karbala to his beloved grandson, Imam Hussein, and you all know that he used to love him like anything. When he came to know about that, he used to be very sorrowful. And he used to often cry. And he is Rahmatul Alameen. And all the rahmat of all the universes are distributed through him. So when Allah saw him in so much of distress. Allah doesn't like to see him distressed. Even in Surah Yasin, Allah talks about his distress. And he said, please don't let their disbelief distress you. He tells them that. So you can imagine it, how it hurts God when he knows that the prophet is distressed. So in the same way, when he was distressed over here, he sent Jibrail. And he sent Jibrail with Ziyarate Ashura. And you know how it was, how does Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam said Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam said that I have heard it from my grandfather Imam Hussein, who heard it from his brother Imam Hassan, and he from his father Amir al-Mu'mineen, and he from the Prophet of God Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and he from Jibrail, and Jibrail from Qalam, the pen, and Qalam from law. And the law got it from God. You know what is Qalam and law? Qalam is the obvious, what is written, and law is the scriptures or the pages on which it was written. So this is, and he got it from God. So this is how he said, and after sending this ziyarat, with it was the message of God that, O Prophet, this is a comfort for you. I want to comfort your heart. I may want to make your heart serene. So I sent Ziyarate Ashura for you and your family and all those friends of your family who are going to be distressed with the tragedy of Imam Hussein are supposed to read this. And then God said that this is going to be, he guarantees, who read this, Allah guarantees him paradise. Allah will send him into paradise, the one who reads Ziyarate Ashura. And he said that through this, Allah said, in your life, you can read off all afflictions, tragedies, sorrows, pain, diseases, whatever you suffer from this ziyarat. In this world, you can remove your debts, you can improve your finances, anything that you need, you can achieve through the ziyarat. And he said, on the day of judgment, this is going to intercede you to paradise. So now this, you can imagine that if you read it, this ziyarat, how much benefit does it have for us? It is not something that, we invested in something and we got the, profit over that and that is over. No, it's there for ever and ever and ever. And Allah himself has promised this. So you can imagine that what it is. Now I want to tell you all, this is the origin of the ziyarat, but actually what is the meaning of the ziyarat? If you take the Quranic meaning, we actually take all the meanings from the Quran. The words which are used in the Quran are very authentic to understand the ziyarats and the salams and the du'as of the Imam. So where is this word ziyarat used in the Quran? So of course it is used in Suratul Kahf. The one who attend my classes, y'all, I may have done this with you, but for the ones who do not know, it is Kahf, verse number 17th. And in verse number 17th, there comes about what the concept of ziyarat is. It says, it is talking about the people who are sleeping in the cave. And their sleep is miraculous, whom we call the companions of the cave, or we say Ashab-e Kahf. And you all know there is one full surah. It's a beautiful surah which you have to recite on Fridays in that. So now what Allah is talking about them, you all know that they have not aged. You all know that they are still living, and we have to believe that they are sleeping and they are not dead, because the Quran says so. And it says, Watara Shamsa iza talaat. It says, when you see the sun, when it rises, talaat tulu hota hai, when it rises, tazawaro an kahfihim, तजावुर करता है उनके केव का, यानी जियारत करता है उनके केव की. Now, how do you think that? How is it possible? What is ziyarat? Ziyarat is explained over here. I have taken out that concept of ziyarat from this ayat. You know, what does it mean? That, you know, what is a sun? It is the center of the solar system. It makes your age. It makes you age. Your life and your death depends upon it. If Allah has ordained you 100 years of life, then if 100, years of the sun are over, your life is finished. So now your life and your death depends upon the sun. But what is that something? It does not have effect upon. It does not, it has its effect on the Ashab-e Kahf. The companions of the cave are sleeping when they got up once after 309 years. They were what they age, at what age they had slept. That was their age. And they're still going to, whenever they are going to come here back, they are going to be that age only. So सूरज उन पर असर अंदाज नहीं होता है. वो सोलर सिस्टम में भी रहकर सोलर सिस्टम उन पे कोई इफेक्ट नहीं करता है. एंड दैट इज द इफेक्ट ऑफ जियारत ऑन अ पर्सन. It is written by the Aimma in the most authentic sources of the books of Ziyarah, that the one who goes and performs Ziyarat of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, those days or those weeks or months in his life are not accounted in his life. Those are a bonus days which they earn extra from God. Why? Because that is ziyarat. Ziyarat means the sun is not going to have any effect on your life. So that is the meaning of ziyarat, that whenever you go there, you are like a living person, as if you are in paradise where your days are not counted. You stay whatever you are, what age. So it is like a a part of paradise on this earth. Now, speaking like a paradise on the earth, we have heard so many things about it. And of course, being buried there again is like, going into paradise. You must have heard those so many hadiths of that also. So I have taken the meaning of ziyarat from Suratul Kahf. So ziyarat means a visitation, a intentional, holy visitation to earn the blessings of the holy person. I said intentional means it has to have a niyat, that you're going to, not by the way you went there, so you did the ziyarat. You intentionally go over there to perform the ziyarat only. So ziyarat is an intention of going to the holy person and offering your salutations to him. Give him that honor, that status, that Allah has made him your imam. And it is compulsory. In some of the sayings, it comes that you cannot neglect if you are up to it. If you have money, you cannot neglect the ziyarat of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And it is one of the signs, according to Imam Hassan Askari alayhi salam, out of 5 things which are common in Shias, it's the common with our Shias, is that they perform ziyarat-e-Imam Hussain, and not once, but regularly. And it is often said, it is said that if you want to go for Hajj, you shouldn't have any debt on yourself. पूरा कर्जा अदा करके इंसान हज पे जाता है. اس کے سر پہ قرضہ نہیں ہونا چاہیے. لیکن زیارت کے لیے یہ حکم ہے کہ اگر تمہارے پاس پیسہ نہیں ہے تو تم قرضہ لے کے جاؤ. You borrow money and you go for ziyarat, and the imam stands as a guarantor that he is going to repay your debt. That important is a ziyarat. And in these 4 classes which we are going to have, I'm going to bring it to your notice and to your understanding that why it is given so much of importance, why it holds so much of importance. So now one is, as I said, one is the ziyarat means going, it's a visitation, and secondly is offering your salam. Now actually what does salam mean? Salam is a greeting, and the highest greeting is called salam. There are many greetings, but the highest greeting is salam, and the highest greeting is salam is because it is the greeting which has been bestowed upon the Prophet by God. See, even the namaz is his miraj. When we imitate it, we say that we are doing ibadat. In the same way, that was done, when the namaz was over, when the miraj was completed. What do you say last in your namaz? You say salam na on the Nabi. Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi, you say, right? When your namaz is over, you say assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi. So from there, from starting the namaz till the salam, before the salam, that prayer was the Prophet of God by Rasulullah. And when he finished his miraj, he finished his namaz, Allah said salam on him. So that is what you say. It is a conversation between God and between his beloved Prophet. That is what is our ibadat. Okay, we do not have anything, we cannot originate any ibadat from ourselves. So that is what it is. So that is that salam, we imitate that because Allah used that word, it is the best word which we can use for these holy, elevated imams. So to offer our salams, we go there. But Imam Jafar Sadiq al-Islam also says that if you cannot go over there, agar aap wahan nahi ja sake, so you can offer, you can close your eyes, you can, get the roza in front of your eyes, or you can make a grave, and you can stand near it and imagine that grave to be the grave of Imam Hussain, and you can say your ziyarat over there, and Allah gives you so much of spirituality and power that the angels actually carry your ziyarat over there. So now, the thing is that, that is the ziyarat, and the salam. The salam is, what is the best salam? What is the best greeting? It is the greeting of paradise. And it is going to pay for everything. You won't have to pay anything in a paradise, because you're going to do salam to each other. And that is, or the greeting is the currency as well over there. So salam, because in Yasin, Allah has said salam. The Yasin means, oh Prophet. Okay, Seen is the Prophet, and the center of the essence of the surah is Salamun Qawlam min Rabbir Rahim. That salam is the word of the Lord, the benefactor. So that salam is on Rasulullah. So we are imitating that salam, one Rasul, all Muhammad, to the imams as well. So that's why when we go over there, we give the best greeting, and we started with as-salam, because that is the greeting that God uses for them. So this is what all is the ziyarat. Now the benefits, I cannot actually talk about the benefits and the miracles of the ziyarat, because there are so many that we won't be able to complete in this 4 turns. Then we'll need 10 turns to finish this. But to be very short and precise, I will tell you only one thing, that it is said about, everybody bestows, and everybody bestows their blessings on Imam Hussain when anybody goes for on a zawar of Imam Hussain. Like Bibi Sayyada will give something, Rasulullah will give something, Maula Ali will give something. From everybody you get. And from Bibi Sayyada, what does she say about ziyarat? She says about ziyarat that when the visitor of Imam Hussain returns from the ziyarat, she faces that visitor. Visitor means zawar. she faces that Zawar, and she remarks that, oh Zawar, go and start a new life. Because all your previous sins, negativities, diseases, whatever you suffered are over, finished. All your sins are finished. Now go and start a new life. Is it as if and then she says that now you are like an infant who has just come out from the womb of his mother. Can you imagine? This is the same statement which is used for Hajj, if you all know. But we do know that, the ziyarat has more benefits than a Hajj. And I'm not telling this on my own. This I will do next time. And next time we will, take the proper references and proper Quranic ayats, and we will do that. Now, coming back to another benefit is that if you spend 1 rupee for ziyarat of Imam Hussein, we have heard that saying, no, that if you spend 1 rupee for your mother, Allah will give you back 70. So if you spend 1 rupee for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, it is said that you are going to get back 10,000 rupees. Now it may be dirhams, it may be dollars, whatever you take it as. But the double is, there is no double in it. It is just an increase. It is just a multiplication. As I told you that whatever is connected to Bibi Sayyada, it is just like Laylatul Qadr, whether it be Ziyarat, whether it be Miraj, whether it be Shab-e-Qadr, or whether it be any authentic day in which we do worship. And here Ziyarat specially and specifically because Imam Hussein is connected to Janabi Sayyada and he is her beloved son. Okay, so that is what is the miracles. Now I'll give you one gist of the ziyarat, and then we will go to the translation. See, the gist I'll give you, it is the importance of the ziyarat is so much. I told you that it has got the Quran, the worship, everything in that, and the 5 branches of religion, which we call the usul. Asl means the root, it's not branch. Asl means the branch. So we say usul means many roots. So there are 5 roots of religion. And we do know that we believe in 5 roots of religion, whether in other sects of the Muslim, they do not have that. They believe in only 3 roots of religion, but we have 5 over here because of imamat. Now I will give you one saying of Imam Musi Kazim al-Islam, that when, what he said that when somebody came to him and he asked him, what is more important, like people have this people often have these feelings, zyada important kya hai, jo zyada important hai hame wo karna chahiye. What is the condition of the time, what is the situation, what is the environment, what is the age that you are living. Sometimes something may be more important than the other thing. Sometimes more worship may be important than, sometimes people do not perform roza because they are sick or they are traveling. So at that moment, roza is not recommended for them. You can learn it from Karbala, that, who was the greatest warrior in the army of Imam Hussein? It was Hazrat Abbas. Okay. But he was not supposed to fight. Why? Because it was the command of the Imam. So that depends all, and nothing is segregated from each other. The Quran not from the namaz not from the roza not from Allah not from Rasulullah. All are one. And at one place in everybody's condition, something is more important than the other, but each carry equal gravity. So when this person came and asked, okay, what is the most important among all the usul and the furu of deen? Imam Musa Kazim alayhi salam said that imamat is the most important. So when he said why imamat is the most important and why not, namaz? Is it more important than the namaz? He said, yes, Is it more important than Roza? Yes, it is more important than Jihad. Yes, it is more important than Nabuat. Yes. He said, yes, yes, yes. He said, why? And you can take the example of today by the answer what the Imam gave him. And the answer that Imam gave him, that if you get imamat, you get everything. If you get imamat, your namaz is qabul, your roza is qabul. You get Allah, you get Rasul. You're ordained for jihad under his command. Hajj benefits you with his imamat. Whatever you do in your life, if you take out the imamat from your belief, then nothing remains with you. If you have imamat, you have tawheed, you have adl, you have nabuwat, you have qayamat, and you have all the usul. But if you do not have that, then you lose everything. And you see the division today in the Muslim world. Can you see the division? That one Quran, one Rasul, one God. And can you see how, different their beliefs are? Because they left the root. When they leave the root of religion, what is going to happen? The tree will grow wherever it likes to grow, go wherever it wants. The roots are weak. That's what happened, because they lost a single imam and they went after many guides. That's why the so-called guides guided them to the so-called right ways, and they did not get the right religion. Now this, I'm saying, this it is condensed with tawheed, with nabuwat, with imamat, with adl and qayamat. First and foremost, the tawheed. What is the tawheed in that? Do you know that? When do you say your namaz? What is your niyat? Qurbatan ilallah. That I'm saying this namaz for proximity with Allah, for closeness to Allah, right? Why do you pray the ziyarat? Do you know what you say? That's why we are going to do the ziyarat. No, by word to word ziyarat, I'll teach you all. It says, Inni ataqarrabu ilallahi. Surely I seek closeness to Allah through this. So the niyat you have in the namaz for the closeness of Allah, you have the same niyat over here. So that is what, this is the closest to Tawheed. If you want to understand Tawheed as a practical, there is no other place or event or history but Karbala. There you see what Tawheed is. So this is what is Tawheed. Now naturally Ziyarat-e Ashura is giving salutation to Imam Hussain alayhi salam. You coming to Nabuwat. What does in Nabuwat said? Inni ataqarrabu ilallahi wa ila rasulihi. My niyat is that I'm praying the ziyarat because I want nearness to Allah and I want nearness to his prophet. Nabuwat mil gayi. And also, you say, Assalamu alayka, yabna Rasulallah. That means you believe in Muhammad as the messenger of Allah. Assalamu alayka, yabna Rasulallah. Assalamu alayka, yabna Amir al-Mu'mineen. What is that? That is the belief in imamat. Okay, so you got Tawheed, you got Risalat, you got imamat. Where will you get the qayamat over here? The qayamat over here is, what is the sign of the end of this world? The Quran states that the, diminishing of the sun and the moon is a sign of qayamat. And here, that is what you say. You say, Assalamu salamullahi abadan. forever salam, abadan, till when? He said, baqiyatul layli wan nahar, till last the night and the day. Okay, the concept of the sun and the moon will last till the day and the night. When the sun in the end come to a closure, then there will be no day and there will be no night. So you are conveying salam on him till the day of Qiyamah. You got the Qiyamah? From here now only one is left. And one that is left the justice of God. And the justice of God is very obvious. It is not obscure. For him, right is right. White is white. Black is black. Wrong is wrong. When can you make that difference out? Everybody can make that difference out. When you know, on the day of judgment, you will say yourself, Allah कहता है ना सूरह यासीन में कि तुम्हारे मुंह पे मोहर लगा दी जाएगी, वनख्तमु अला अफवाहिहिम वतुकल्लिमुना ऐदीहिम, और तुम्हारे हाथ जो है वो कलाम करेंगे अल्लाह से. तो कलाम करके क्या कहेंगे? मुंह तो बंद होगा, सच्ची बात कहेंगे इन हाथों ने क्या क्या किया था. ये पैर गवाही देंगे कि ये पैर कहां कहां गए थे. सो नेचुरली हाथ पैरों को भी पता चल जाएगा कि सही क्या है गलत क्या है. उसे ही अदल कहते हैं कि जो जहां कोई ऑब्सक्योरिटी रह नहीं जाती. सच अगर मैंने गलत किया है मुझे मानना ही पड़ेगा मैं गलत हूं, और अगर आपने सही किया है तो आपको मानना ही पड़ेगा, क्योंकि आपके ऊपर वो बात ऑब्वियस हो जाएगी. और ऐसा ऑब्वियस दिन कौन सा है? Who is the most universal personality of the world, whom everybody consider to be on the right and his enemy on the wrong? That is Imam Hussain. So that is what is the adl in this world, the justice in this world. यही इसे ही justice कहते हैं कि he showed कि you should be able to make a way for yourself and a right way for yourself. Okay, so Usul-e-Din covers the whole of Ziyarat-e-Ashura, coming back to the word to word. Okay, now we'll do, I'll make it into passages so that you'll actually, I will repeat it also once more so that you'll get it in your mind. And whenever you read Ziyarat-e-Ashura, you will know actually what you are reading, because people have come back after my explanation. They have told me that they know what praying salam is. Pehle to they were just reading the ziyarat, but now it touched their heart. Okay, so you all know the meaning of as-salam, because you all know that as-salam we do to everybody. But this salam, this is a greeting. I told you it's a greeting of heaven. Allah has sent it from paradise. And you say as-salamu alayka. We say as-salamu alaykum. It means salam on many. But when you say as-salamu alayka, it is only a singular person. As-salamu alayka ya o. Aba, father, Abdullahi. The father of Abdullah. In Arabia, the mothers and the fathers are often called with the names of their children. And often it is with the oldest son, like Janabe Abu Talib. His name was Imran, but he was called Abu Talib because his oldest son's name was Talib. But here Imam Hussain is called by his youngest son. His youngest son was Janabe Ali Asghar. And this is so, this is so painful, and Allah, said we call him Latiful Khabir, the subtle knower. He knows the pains of every heart. And he knew that where it touched Imam Hussain, the most painful moment of his life was that, at that moment, he was a Hujjatullah. Hujjat means a final word. If he says finish, the world will finish. It will finish. That is what Hujjat means. He said if the world has to go on, the world will go on. That is what is called the Hujjat. So he was hujjat, and he did not curse anybody. And he, when the heavens and the earth, they declined the blood of Ali Asghar. And if that would have happened, there would be no crops, there would be no water in this world, and the world would come to an end. So, because of that 6-month-old infant holy baby of Imam Hussein, we eat and we drink today. That is why Allah made him first, and that was most painful for Imam Hussein, because the baby was killed in his hand. The arrow that killed the baby had also hurt the arm of Imam Hussein. He was also injured with this. So now Allah has taken that tragedy and put it, upmost, though he had a, 18-year-old son as well. But, this is something very, very, grievous, and something very painful, because if a small baby, passes away, everybody feels that, he did not see, days and night as he was sent to by Allah. So that's why, Allah begins with the great. He takes the name of the king of martyrs by calling him the father of a small baby. And that is what, this ziyarat always touches me, because of this, that he is called by this name. And I always feel that Allah is so merciful. Allah is so graceful, and Allah understands each and every heart and emotion so well. And that's why the phrasing is such that, Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. Though the salam is on Imam Hussein, he is addressed as the father of Janabi Ali Asghar. It is a healer for the heart of Hussein. Do you know that? It is a healer for Allah kept that tragedy alive. Otherwise, so many children, so many parents, they lose their small babies. And after they get second and third babies, they don't even remember those 3 months old, 4 months old who had gone away from this world. But how does Allah, Allah made him so memorable? Okay, I will not make anybody forget your baby's sacrifice, O Hussein. So that is a serenity to the heart, to the one who is sent the salam on, to make him happy. So when say Assalamu alayka, salam on you, O the father of Abdullahi. His name is Abdullah. So we say Ali Asghar, he was his other name, but he was the kunyat they always have. So Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah, O the father of Abdullah. Assalamu alayka yabna Rasulallah. Can you imagine? Rasulallah is the highest personality in the universes, but he is, mentioned second over here, not because that, he, nauzubillah, his status is any less. It is ever increasing, and ever so much. But, even Rasul Khuda here prefers that the name of that baby be taken, who was unknown to the world, who was, did not see anybody. So this is like Allah is making their hearts peaceful, for the serenity of their heart, for the comfort of their heart. Allah has sent this ziyarat. So he said, Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah, Assalamu alayka, salam on you, Yabna. See, Aba is father and Yabna is son. Yabna Rasulallah. Imam Hussein is called, he's the focus of this salam. He is the son of Rasulallah. Everywhere he's called Yabna Rasulallah. Okay, they are from the progeny of Rasulallah. Oh, the son of the messenger of Allah. And see, these are very, particular. Here, Muhammad ne likha hai. Unke title se, unke official titles kahan likhe jate hain? When there are official invitations, official functions, then you write to the principal of so and so school. You are not going to address as, Mr. XYZ. You will have to write his status. So here the status, Allah is putting the status of everybody. And that's why I put the status that the status is the father of Abdullah, the son of the messenger of Allah. And then it says, Assalamu alayka yabna Amir al-Mu'minin. Again, he calls him not Ali, but he calls him he calls him Amir al-Mu'minin, that he is the leader of all the believers. Okay, Amir al-Mu'minin means Maula Ali. So, Assalamu alayka yabna Amir al-Mu'mineen wabna Sayyid al-Wasi'een. This is the second title of Maula Ali. First is Amir, that means he is the leader of the Mu'mineen, and Sayyid. Sayyid means the master of all the Wasi'een. Wasi'een means, you all know, Wasi, every prophet had a viceroy, vicegerent, successor. So he is the head. You know, Musa had 12, Isa had 12, everybody had. Daud also had a successor, Suleiman. So in this way, the succession, he is the best of the, he's the Sayyid al-Wasi'i. Who's that? Maula Ali. So Imam Hussain is called by the son of the leader of the believers and the master of the successors of the prophets. Assalamu alayka yabna Fatima Sayyidatin Nisa'il Alameen. Here she also got the title. Okay, he is also given salam through her status. And her status is that she is Sayyada. Sayyada means she is the mistress of what? Of the women of Alameen. You know, Alameen is what? Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wama arsalnaka illa rahmatul lil Alameen. So, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen is Allah. Wama arsalnaka illa rahmatul lil Alameen is Rasulullah. Hudal lil Alameen is Maula Ali. And Sayyidatun Nisa'il Alameen is Bibi Fatima Zahra. Nobody has been entitled with these titles of Alameen. Assalamu alayka ya sarallahi wadna sarehi. Sar means blood. Sarallah, blood of Allah. Why is he called? You know, I'm giving you my own translations. I'm not taking translations from anywhere. So my translations may differ from what translations you read. Okay, but I'm giving you whatever I know. And this is called the blood. Sarallahi is the blood of Allah. And Hussein is called the blood of Allah. Why? Why is he called the blood of Allah? You know what was the first thing that the angel refused to do? You know, they did not buy there. As soon as Allah created Adam, he said he will shed blood. He will cause mischief. So they were talking about Karbala. So this is that blood which they had spoken about. And it is second reason it's called Sarallahi is because his fight was for God. So if, you know, God cannot come as a person, but if God would have, he was standing for everything that God had commanded. Okay, so if, you know, God could come as the person and he would stand over there, they would kill him also. That's why he's called the blood of, his blood is called the blood of Allah. Yabna Sarehi means the son of the blood of Allah. The same thing applies to Maula Ali. They call Maula Ali also as the blood of Allah. Why? The same reason that he stood for everything in religion, every command of God, every ordinance of Quran. Okay, for the complete Quranic religion. And because he wouldn't relent in that way, he was killed. So Hussein is called the blood of Allah, the son of the blood of Allah. That means both here, Imam Hussein and Maula Ali are referred as the blood of Allah. That's a very big statement, okay? And then it says, Wabna Sarehi wal vitral mautur. You know, you all know what is the vitr? The single one of many singles. Mautur is the plural of single. That means singles. So he is the unique one. Who's the unique one? Imam Hussain is the unique one. See what he has. He is the unique one in his state, and he's unique of many unique. You know, many unique. There are all Muhammads and all are unique. But he himself has got his own place in that. Assalamu alayka. Then salam on you. Wa Allah. And on. Allah here means on. Salam on you and on. Arwah. Spirits. Okay, these spirits are who? Which spirits? After giving salam to him, We come and give the salam to somebody else. It's spreading out. Arwah. Arwah is a plural of ruh. Okay, the spirits. Allati hallat bifanaika alaykum means who stood by you and they finished themselves for you. Okay, they got killed because of you and they stood by you. So that is what it means. Allati, those who hallat bifanaika, those they gave their lives fida on you. Alaikum minni jamian, it means on them. Alaikum is on them, minni is from me, jamian is all together salam. All my salams to all of them who are the shaheed with Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Assalamullahi, salam of Allah. Okay, this is salam of Allah. Now you're calling the salam of Allah. Salam of Allah abadan, forever. Ma baqiyatu wa baqiyal laylu wan nahar. Till I live. Baqiyatu, till I live. Salam of Allah. I am sending the salam of Allah on Imam Hussain. Till I live, and till live the nights and the day. And then you say, Ya Aba Abdullahi. You call out to him. And see the same words which Allah has used for him. We use the same word. We call him the father of Abdullah. Ya Aba Abdullahi, O Aba Abdullahi, laqad, surely, azumat, great, zariyat, sorrow on you. This sorrow we are talking about the day of Ashura, the tragedy of Karbala. And we are saying that, oh Abu Abdullah, this sorrow was so great. Azamat raziya wa jallat, and agony, great sorrow. Wa azumatil musiba, and a great affliction. What musibat? What did he face on the day of Karbala, on the day of Ashura? Musibat, bika, on you. Alaina, for us. He faced all that calamity and all this suffering because of us. You and me and everybody who follow the religion, who say the prayers. And then it says, wa ala jami'i ahlil Islam. And not only us, but every person who follows Islam. Jami, all together. The Islamic people, the Muslim people. And then it says, wa jallat wa azamat musibatuka fis samawati. And he said, this agony and this great calamity, ye badi musibat. Who felt this musibat? Samawati ala jamiye ahl samawat. This calamity was felt by the heavens. Always, when you see, the nature responding, or the nature, calling out in the, in anger, like the earthquakes or the forest fires or the tornadoes and all these, storms and tycoons. What are these actually? They are responding in anger towards something. So they also feel when they feel something. So this was felt by the heavens. Saying this musibat was very great. The words are saying this musibat was very great. Azumato musibat ka fis samawat. आसमानों पर ये बहुत बुरी मुसीबत थी. Ala jamiye ahle samawat, and also the ahle samawat. यानी samawat में कौन रहते हैं, आसमानों में कौन रहते हैं, फरिश्ते रहते हैं. तो वो कह रहे हैं ये फरिश्तों पे भी ये बड़ी तकलीफ थी, उन पर भी बहुत मुसीबत थी. Didn't I just tell you that they said, why did not they, when Allah created man, they said, no, what he's going to do, he's going to cause mischief and he's going to shed blood. Who said? The angels said, and the angels were seeing that happen. And when they saw it happen, it was a great calamity for them. They were very, very distressed. And then we say, Falanallahu. Just now we said Salamullahi, yani salam of Allah. So we send salam on Allah. on Hussein and his companions. Now we send the lan of Allah, means the curse of Allah. Lan Allahu ummatan. Ummat means nation. Assasat asasa zulme. You know what is assasat asasa? Is the same word. You know, who laid down the foundation, who found the basis. Okay, who were the root cause? You can say anything. Zulm, of zulm. You know what is zulm? Zulm means injustice. Those who laid down the foundation. Who laid down the foundation? Now this becomes, Ziyarat-e-Ashura doesn't hold only to the day of Ashura. It spreads around. As we go ahead, I will explain to you. Okay, it goes past many years and moves ahead also. So asasat asasas zulme wal jor. You know, who laid down the foundation stones of injustice. Zul means injustice and jor means lies. Okay, so the foundation was laid on injustice and lies. Alaykum, on you. On who? This justice, this injustice, and this lies were on whom? Alaykum ahlal bayt. On you, O the people of the house. Okay, the bases were laid down for them. So we are sending down our curses on those people who laid down the basis for that. And then we say Walan Allahu, and then we send down the second lanat goes on whom? The lanat of Allah. On whom? Ummatan. Ummatan means a nation. Dafa'atkum an maqamikum. You know, those who dafa means they finished off, took it away. They took away what? An maqamikum. आपका मकाम, आपका स्टेटस को उन्होंने दफा कर दिया. They cleansed it. Nobody believes in imamat even today. Why? Because it started right there. So they took away that. They deleted that status of imamat. They did not give you that honor which was bestowed upon you by Allah. So saying dafa'atkum an maqamikum, it is very Urdu. Dafa kar diya tumse tumhare maqam ko. Wa azalatkum. Azalatkum means they removed you. Azalatkum means they removed you. An maratibkum. Martaba. He had such a martaba, Imam Hussain ka martaba. What is the martaba of an imam? And you know, we are sending curse on them who usurped their status and who took away the grades. And those grades, we say, Allati rattabakumullahu fiha. Those grades and those honors and those stati which were bestowed by Allah upon you. See, rattabakum, wo rutba tumhara. Kisne diya tha? Allah. Allah had given you that rutba. Walanallahu. So now this is the third lanat. Okay, first we gave lanat on the people who laid down the basis of injustice and lies. And second are the people, the nation, who took away their status and their honor which was bestowed upon them by Allah. And third we give the lanat on Walanallahu ummatan, the group, the nation, qatalatkum, those who killed you. Walanallahu, that was the third lan. The fourth goes lanallahu mumehdina. You know, mumehdina, to spread out. You know, to spread out something wrong, to spread out the wrong news, or it also means to instigate. And that is, they instigated people by spreading about the wrong news. And you know, this that's what I said, the lanat doesn't contain only the day of Ashura. It starts from the foundation, the ones who laid the foundation, the ones who took away the imams from their status and grades. And the third lanat is the one who killed him. And the fourth is the ones who instigated. They went out spreading news and encouraging others. Okay, come on, join us. So uspe lanat hai, jo you know, lanallaha mumehdina lahum bitamkeen min qitalikum. And lanat is on whom they you know, instigate him then. Okay, come on, join us to take part in the killing of Imam Hussain. So these were the four lanats. We go ahead. And we go ahead, it says Baritu. I am immune. I seek immunity. And for this immunity, that is what is tabarra. There is one full surah called Surah Barat. And Surah Barat can fully be understood by Ziyarat-e Ashura. You have to immunization. We are waiting a certain certain thing to come in this world now. That will give us immunity towards this epidemic that is going around. This is the immunity of your faith. If you do not want it to be tainted, if you do not want your faith to get sick, you should remain away from certain things. That is called barat. Okay, I am seeking immunity with the help of Allah. Ilallahi. What? That I should be with Allah. Brito, away from them, immunity from them, and with Allah. Means I want to be with Allah, with the side of Allah. Wa ilaykum, and from on you, means I want to be on the side of Allah and on your side. But I seek immunity from whom? I seek immunity min ashya'ihim. Ashya means, like we have the word Shia. Shia means a group. From their Shia means their group. So you are seeking from their group. Now, who is their group? You all know. We don't need to specify. We all know everything. Wa atba'ihim, their followers, जो उनका इतबा करते हैं. Wa awliya'ihim, and their friends. Okay, I will do once more with you all the word to word, and you all have to please go through it and see that by the end of the month, I don't want you to learn it by heart, but at least you understand what you are praying. I'm coming back word to word. Assalamu alayka, salam on you. Ya Aba Abdullah, O the father of Abdullah. Assalamu alayka, salam on you. Yabna Rasulullah, O the son of the messenger of Allah. Assalamu alayka, salam on you. Ya Yabna Amir al-Mu'mineen, O son of the leader of the believers. Wabna Sayyid al-Wasin, and the master of the successors. Assalamu alayka, salam on you. Yabna Fatima, Sayyidatin Nisa'il Alameen, the son of Fatima, who is the mistress, who is the leader of the ladies of the universes. Assalamu alayka, salam on you. Ya Sarallahi, O the blood of Allah. Wabna Sarihi, and the son of the blood of Allah, that is Maula Ali. Wal Witr, and the unique. Al Mautur, from all the unique ones. Assalamu alayka, salam on you. Wa ala, and on. Arwah, this thing of ruh, the plural of ruh, spirits. Allati, those who, hallat bifanaika, they were present to give away their lives. They gave away their lives for you. Alaikum, on them is the salam. Okay, minni, from me. Jamian, on all of them. Jamian means all together, companions. Salamullahi, salam of Allah. Abadan, forever. Ma baqito, till I live. Wa baqiya laylu wa nahar, and last, the night and the days. Ya Aba Abdullah, that is another line. Okay, O the son of Abdullah, laqad, surely, azumat, great, raziyat, sorrow. Now all comes in brackets. Sorrow was on you. Vajallat, and agony. Okay, great sorrow and agony. Wa azumat musibatu, and great calamity. Bika, you suffered, you were on. Alaina, for our sake, for us. Wa ala, and on. Jamia al Islam, and it was for all the Islam. This calamity was suffered by, we are still, when we come into Muharram, we are still suffering this calamity. وَجَلَّتْ وَأَزُمَتُكَ مُصِيبَتُكَ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ. And it was suffered by all the people of Islam, this calamity. It was suffered by the heavens, this calamity. Ala jamie elis samawat. And it was suffered by all the ones who lived in the heavens. Those are the angels. Falan Allahu. Then lanat of Allah. Ummatan assasat asasa zulmi wal jor, who laid down the foundations for injustice and lies on you, Ahle Bait, O the people of the house. Lanallahu ummatan, and lanat of Allah on the group, on the nation. Dafa'atkum an maqamikum, those who took away, removed you from your status, from that great sin, maqamikum. Wa azzalatkum, and they took away an maratikukum, they took away your grade, your honor. Allati rattabakumullahu, that was given to you by Allah. रत्तबकुम, रुतबा दिया था तुम्हें अल्लाह ने फीहा, इसमें इमामत में. Okay, वलान अल्लाहु, and lanat on Allah, on whom? Ummatan, that group, qatalatkum, that killed you. Walan Allahu, and the group, and lana